Still a long shot and still 4.5 kilometres to go, and still nobody wants to pick it up, Sean. The pace is held up for now, and a little bit of a sit-up just to see who's where.
Yes, well, I think they're all afraid to take it up too early. We can see just under 4.5 kilometres. They want to stay very much at the front, but not really take it up at full bore. And it is a long ways out, so just over 4 kilometres. You try and play the waiting game, and it is a team, as we see the general classification team do, keeping up a good pace, and if they are doing that well, then you lead them at it and leave them take the front for as long as possible. Now we can see Argos Shimano are the ones that are dictating pace.
They are, and in fact the white jersey of Kwiatkowski is sort of shaking his head there as they've interrupted their own little lead out. Just sprung off the front almost by accident. One of the Lotto Belisol boys looks back, tries to find Andrei Greipel. So it's a little bit of a mishmash between those three teams at the moment. Nobody really willing, or perhaps even capable after a difficult day like today, to take it on. I've got to say the freshest of all of them look like Cannondale at the moment. They're really holding station. They've not done a great deal of work today, and we'll see whether it is in fact Sagan's day today because of all the bumps and bruises that everybody else has had on a particularly punishing day. Argos Shimano have got some belief, and here come Omega Pharma right now, breathing heavily, deeply, and you can see from the flags they're almost billowing like sailboats at the moment in the breeze, but well protected they are from that with 3.4 kilometres to go. Still no injection, Sean.
Well, no major injection, but it's going at a fast rate here. It's definitely going at close 50 kilometres per hour. It's not stretched out major, but again, it's difficult to put them all in one line. I think at the moment Argos Shimano are giving it close to the 100% as we come to the just outside 3 kilometres to go. It will be interesting to see now how long Omega Pharma will hold off here, and we can see they're just hovering there. Lotto Belisol also here. So the teams of the big sprinters are very much to the fore.
They certainly are. There's the yellow jersey as well. Wants to finish amongst the leaders to hold on to it. Simon Gerrans, they've done a superb job having Orica Green Edge. At the front, it's Argos Shimano. At the very back of this line is Degenkolb, but he's acting as a wingman, as protection for Marcel Kittel, who took the first stage here, albeit with a crash. Now, they don't want any of that to happen. 2.4 kilometres to go, and they're coming into town. The Flamme Rouge will go under a road bridge, and then all hell will break loose. I don't think anyone's going to really set their stall out until that point, Sean.
Well, I think it's difficult because Argos Shimano are setting quite a strong pace here, and there is sections here as well where it is going up a little bit because the final kilometres it does creep up the slight little bit, and that's going to hurt when you're going at this pace.
Incidentally, the final kilometre has an incline to it, so it's a run uphill, if you like. It's quite benign, but it will be a false flat as they kick up, and suddenly they decide that now's the time to inject a little bit of pace, and it is Lotto Belisol that feel fresh. They've looked at everybody else. Man peels off for the all-white of Argos Shimano, but the golden shoulders of Lotto Belisol by the barriers, and they're working for Andrei Greipel. He does not want to get detached. It's a free ride as far as Matt Goss is concerned. He's here, so is Brett Lancaster, and just a little bit behind them, you will also catch out that we're just looking and seeing that there it is. Christoph is also there on his Jack Jones. He has to be. He's got nobody else. He's on his lonesome. Well, they're all still looking at each other, and so is the quick man from Euskadi here, Lobato. Well, it's out front, and I've got to tell you that the green jersey of Sagan is now dispatched with his teammates, and he's decided that he's got the belief, and he's got Greipel just in front of him. There he is, Greipel is in P4 at the moment. Sagan's just behind him, and here comes Stevens lighting it up, but unfortunately it's Christoph that he's working for at the moment. The big man coming to the fore, and there goes Kittel, racing for the line, but it's Greipel still with a teammate at the front. Kittel trying to get into position with the help of Degenkolb, who flicks his elbow and says, "You go for it, my friends." And Mark Cavendish has dug ever so deep with his black helmet here, comes by the green jersey of Sagan there, and it's up by the barriers. It is going to be Greipel, is it? Here comes Cav versus Greipel. Unbelievable! Sagan second, Kittel in third, and Mark Cavendish in fourth place after a supreme effort today. That was great salvage by Mark Cavendish, but you've got to hand it to Greipel.
Yes, you've got to hand to Greipel and to Lotto Belisol. A magnificent final there. We could see Adam Hansen, preparing outside the kilometre, then Seaberg taking it up, and then Roland's, doing the final bit, and Greipel just getting the perfect lead out. Cavendish was, a little bit further off. We could see Stigmans, he wasn't able to take up the sprint, and just beckoned to Cavendish. Yes, I can't do any more, and Cavendish back in about 5 or 6 position, but Greipel had the advantage. He got the jump on them, and we can see Cavendish, he had to come from a long ways and paid in the final metres.
He did pay. He'd come back an awful long ways after a crash, of course. Greipel taking it ahead of Sagan, Kittel, Cavendish. Wow. And we're hearing that the new yellow jersey may well be on the back of Impey, because he's finished 9 places further ahead than his teammate.